Only 3 position groups to go, and our final one on the defensive side was the defensive line, which is the defensive coordinator's position group in Antonio James, and he's ready to see this group go to work.
First, their work ethic. This offseason, they have been working hard. They came out this summer working hard, and they've been all work throughout this whole camp. We get great competition every day going against our offensive line. That's a phenomenal unit that we get to work with every single day, so we're blessed to get that. And then just as a whole, the whole defense has been working and helping us as a defensive line group coming along too.
Dante Cleveland is one of the main returners, and after the last scrimmage of camp, when we caught up to him, he senses an improved position.
We got some players, you know what I mean, and just that nasty taste that was left in our mouths last year. At the end of the season last year, I remember just losing that game and was like, man, like, there's no tomorrow. You know, we're not going into meetings, we're not going in watching the game. Like, it's done. You got to wait a whole another year. You know, you go from training and then to training camp, and then you get another season. And you know, just the guys, you know, I love this group. So
the best teams in the country, you will have multiple rotations that they can use. Good. Sometimes up to 10 to 12 linemen per game. Coach James does believe this Saluki team is getting close to that mark.
I think we're close to being there. I think we have a lot of guys who've returned. Like, you've heard a lot of the names. You know, you throw Devin Love in the mix, you know, coming back from last season, and some of those freshmen coming up. We have a lot of guys who've played ball at, you know, at the collegiate level. Some guys are going to be new here. I believe we're getting pretty close to the point where we can have, you know, a 12-man strong cycle in there. There's more names in the group, obviously, who've been working, and they're going to be names so you guys hear throughout the season as well. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a race to maturity, and we got to make sure that we are getting those young guys ready to go, and these old guys are ready to lead as well.
Mention the returners. Cleveland will be a massive piece. Dewey Green and Cam Bowdry are back. Plus, there will be some major impacts from newcomers like Tim Varga and Devin Cowan.
It's their leverage on blocks, shedding blocks, running to the ball. You think of guys like Dewey, who's, you know, one of our best pass rushers, coming back this year, really just embracing being a great defensive lineman, being very technically sound every day, working hard. Dante Cleveland played a lot of football for us last year, coming back this year, you know, for a senior season, having an opportunity now to really make a staple, put his name out there as a guy. You know, he's improved on his block shedding over the years, been doing really great. Cam, you know, Cam is phenomenal. He's phenomenal to be around. He's a great guy. But his work ethic, just watching him run to the ball and chase down guys downfield, you know, when I first got here, that wasn't what Cam was going to do. He wasn't going to do that extra effort, and you started seeing it come out of him last year. And since this spring, you know, he's just been running to the ball nonstop going. We got the Reeves brothers. You know, Peyton's been doing a great job in the middle of the defense, locking down centers, knocking back. He's actually improved his pass rushing a whole lot. His hips have gotten better. Caden Reeves, you know, is a young man who played a little bit for us last year, but loads of talent in there. He could be one of the best guys in this conference if he continues to work throughout the years. But he's, you know, he'll be a guy who gets to get his name out there this year and show what he's capable of. Just starting with somebody, he's a newcomer to the room, but he's old on the team, is Lewis Wilbert. You know, he's a young man who transitioned from linebacker to defensive end. He's been doing a great job, man, just working on his hand placement, working on his power with his hips. He plays with great leverage, so he's going to be a good guy. And then we got some good transfers that came in for us. You know, the first one came in the springtime, which was Tim Varga. He was from Eastern Illinois. You know, we watched him on tape, and you've seen that he runs to the ball, he works hard, he sheds blocks, you know. But then when you get Tim here in person, I was very surprised by his athleticism, his hip movement, his creativity and pass rush, the way he could flow from move to move. He really came in, made a huge impact. And then we also picked up Devin Cowan. Devin was a Division II, you know, very highly ranked player at that level. And he transferred to us here in the summertime. He's an edge rusher. You know, he's a defensive end for us. Very explosive, very powerful with his hands, very twitchy. He's very athletic, you know, so he's been a great addition to have to the room. You know, he's a guy who can replace some of the pieces that we've lost. Both of those guys are. And then those freshmen coming in, you know, all 4 of the freshmen that came in made a huge impact just on, you know, showing out on tape. You know, Gunn is a very powerful player. Carmelo, very, very fluid with his body, hands, and hips working together. You could tell he's played a lot of football in his time. You know, Amir is a very scrappy player. He plays every position on our defensive line from inside to outside, and he's, you know, going to go hard every single play. And then Jamon Mathis has been a guy who's been an extremely talented player, come in and been able to make plays throughout camp.
Down to the tight ends and quarterbacks. Only 2 position previews left, which means kickoff is less than a week away. Stay right here at SIUSalukis.com.